See, it's Indie Week, yay, until Dragon Quest. And then the sponsored stream that's coming soon. Corpa. I did a couple of things off stream. Let me see, what are we at? New banish upgrades and leveling up. It's time to bounce. Yes, so C9 top laner. Oops. Fuck. They were supposed to hit the buildings, oops. Prime's under Luna, but who knows how long the Prime thing will last, who knows. Welcome to Corpa World. Put it there. Some people would say Civ 7. I thought it was decent. I didn't like Monster Hunter as much as I would like. Mario Kart, I mean, it technically isn't going to be the greatest thing ever, but I did think it was pretty mediocre. I don't know where Mario Kart fans would put it. I don't know if it would be in the upper half or lower half, but from what I played of it, yeah, it just feels like a step back. Oh yeah, unlocked that in this one. This one's funny because it's like in Galaga. Don't worry, I think that was a common trivia, but no one knows what the fuck a Galaga is, so no one does that trivia question more. But I think for when people made video game quizzes, I think one of the questions would always be, how do you get a second ship in Galaga or something like that? And it's one of these stupid ships has like a tractor beam, so you don't shoot it and you purposely lose a life to it. But then if you kill that whatever enemy, you can get the ship, so you have two ships like these two. So these two have your ships side by side. Your hitbox is a little bigger though. But that quiz, or I don't think anyone ever will have that as a quiz answer because Galaga's too obscure. But that was a common quiz question. Some of you guys don't even know what Galaga is. You just think I make up games and you classic odd one, making up fantasy starring Toe Jam and Earl. Classic. Imagine naming your game Toe Jam and Earl. Damn, it was real! Or Earthworm Jam. You guys had a mascot that was a worm. It was a good game. Space Invaders is nice, so Galaga has the enemies fly in different patterns. Synergies. The 14 clearly collabed with Toe Jam and Earl. They were competitors, but usually it's because NES and Atari dominated their gens and it wasn't really direct competition. But Genesis was the first real threat. Who gives a shit about Sega Gaga? You do. Someone else mentioned the same stupid podcast. How many people watch this podcast for Sega Gaga? You guys don't even know what Phantasy Star is. It was me. Someone else mentioned Sega Gaga. It wasn't just you. It's funny because the NES technically wasn't very good. After a couple years, it just was more popular. Because it was pretty old hardware. Though it depends what you'd say is part of the same generation. So Master System and I think... I don't know where you... I guess TurboGrafx would be the 16-bit era, but yeah. It was already ancient by the time Super Nintendo came out. Or it was a piece of junk. It just happened to be the earliest piece of junk. Intellivision wasn't a war because it fucking lost. Same with whatever else it faced. After Coleco, whatever, I forgot. ColecoVision, something, I think. Those aren't... Frozen Flame, Frostburn, or Freeze Ray. Our family did have an Intellivision. But... yeah, Master System was a lot better than the, like, if you look at Phantasy Star 1 against any NES game, and it's not even close, like, graphically. It's just, NES is just popular, despite the fact it was, like, an ancient system. Yeah, NES hardware was super old. Yeah, if you look at screenshots of a Phantasy Star 1, it's pretty amazing what they could do with the game. Though the game did have a, I think it had a special cartridge that was bigger, because it had more memory. It's because Sega reduced the prices, I think, of their consoles, so yeah, their war chest was also pretty bad. And then yeah, the Sega Saturn didn't sell enough software to make up for the lack of console sales. But yeah, Sega would argue if it's stupid Sega Japan versus America. Which is pretty funny because they're on the same team. It wasn't even that. People started leaving because Japan started calling the shots, so no one in Sega of America could do anything because they were antagonistic towards each other, even though they're literally on the same team. And then the 32X, yeah, was a disaster. Not sure what the hell it was for. Yes, really, we're on the same team. You don't stab your own team. There can only be one. Sega was arcades in the 80s, but they wanted to go to the home console market in the mid-80s. So I think starting with 89, they really went all in on console. And that's the Sega Genesis. Because yeah, most people realized arcades were dying. Dun dun dun. Saturn had Dragon Force. It had Sonic R. It had ports of, or it had versions of Mega Man X3, Castlevania Symphony of the Night. It has a lot of third-party titles. Oh, it has all of the Sakura Wars or whatever. I'm pretty sure it has a ton of dating games. It's just, most of them are Japan only. It had more games than the N64. N64 is probably the most overrated console ever. Because it actually has very, the game lineup is actually very small. Don't, what other consoles are overrated? But I'd say most overrated easily N64, and it's not even close. Just because it has fucking Zelda makes it the best console ever. Yeah, it's StarCraft 64. Technically, PlayStation had Command & Conquer Red Alert. Ooh. I don't even think it's close, because usually the thing about, see, something like Virtual Boy, no one overrates it because it's garbage. But people overrate N64. The thing about 4-player multiplayer, though, is there's, I'd say, a handful of games that are really good with it. So it's Smash, Diddy Kong Racing, Mario Kart. What else do you play with 4 players? Yeah, see, so it does have 4-player ports, but again, yeah, what are you playing on it? I'm trying to think how Bomberman was. I know there's Bomberman 64, Bomberman Hero, and I think a third Bomberman on the N64. I don't know how it was multiplayer-wise. Oh, Mario Party is a 4-player game. There we go. But yeah, the issue with PlayStation, yeah, you needed a multi-tap for those. Freeze with Magma Ray. But yeah, right, GoldenEye and Perfect Dark would be 4-player games. Trying to think what I played with my friends. Never played Perfect Dark now, so I don't know how it is. I played so bad. Pokemon Stadium's only 1 to 2-player, right? Or I don't even know if it's 2-player. I thought it's GoldenEye, but really good, but has FPS issues, right? I think I heard, or Perfect Dark's good, but it's notorious for really poor frames or something. That Xbox whatever is gonna bomb so hard. Like, I actually think they're dumb. So I think they were trying to say how multiplayer will be free, like a PC. But if that takes off, guess what happens to their Xbox Game Pass subscription or the core level? It fucking goes to hell, because yes, you just convinced everyone to unsub. So stupid. Actually, insanity. So whoever's running the Xbox division just doesn't deserve their job. It's like when Blockbuster said no more late fees, even though it's technically good for consumers. I believe it crushed their revenue by like 30% immediately, because like that doesn't help you. Yeah, so immediately they lost 1/3 of their revenue, because if you don't have late fees, then nothing replaces it. Okay, reduce endurance to D. So yeah, if you... Ooh. I don't know what this is. If you make people not need Game Pass Core, yeah, Game Pass numbers will plummet. So if you really do have free multiplayer like a PC, then yeah, your Game Pass Core subscriptions will plummet. Because that's basically Xbox Gold or whatever. Explodes 36 mosquito. Mosquito attack random enemies 80 to 120 damage. Kills them. Need to steal 1 HP. I hate mosquitoes. The rats of the insect kingdom. Maybe I should ghost one of these. Technically, they have way more games than PS5. It's just they port it to PC, and they're not killer apps. So, as cool as Outer Wilds or whatever is, I'm not gonna purposely go out of my way to buy an Xbox for it. I don't know why this is an upgrade. You know, Indiana Jones was last year. They made Avowed, what is it? Grounded 2's in early access. I'm just saying Oblivion titles. They have other divisions. I'm trying to remember what the other divisions do that aren't Oblivion, or whatever they're called. Obsidian, right, whatever Obsidian. Outer Wilds 2. Ghost Mosquito Swarm. I mean, there's still some people that want to play games that are like, without getting a PC. It's just either A, don't advertise very well, or B, the games aren't like good enough to sell consoles because they're not a killer app. Cause yeah, like that Keeper game, even if it was an exclusive, like, yeah, no one bought it. I think they're scared of making COD exclusive. Like, it would sell consoles. It's just they're scared of the short-term consequences of losing those sales that would have been on PlayStation, but I better start killing this. Sounds a bit like Danganronpa music. But maybe I'm just crazy. Everything's Danganronpa. Oh, I can't. There's an invisible wall there. I hate this one because... Oh, it's funny if you're the double parent, you auto get hit there, right? Because you have double the hitbox and... Oh, their hitbox is weird. Fuck, I looked at chat. Oh, it's just the middle of them? Okay, I'll believe you. It's almost dead, you know. I just can't get a lock. AoE for each character complete. Snowy Shores each faster complete. On top of that adds another bonus. Give me these numbers mean nothing to me. Each bounce bonus. Bonus. Stone's harder to get, ain't it? Let me turn on this. Oh yeah, I didn't look at what Twitch extension does. Oh, don't. See when it full releases. Stone, you bums can't build anything correctly. Might be time to expand our borders. The orcs. Okay. Surely they'll be hit. A bunch, maybe. Watch as it just bounces and goes out. 8 episodes. Last one's out November 14th. We didn't go out too much in New York. I guess it would have been nice to see more New York stuff, but nah. I don't technically miss New York. It was a millennia ago. Rainbow Storm's look back 86 months. And the piece from Storm look back 111 months. I'd say it was a pleasant surprise. Could have been better, but a pretty or solid enough entry. What do you mean a handheld? What are we talking about? What do you mean a console? Oh, yeah, I have a Steam Deck. I didn't personally go out of my way to buy it. I have 2 3DSs, a Switch 2. Oh, one of those. No, I mean, it's enticing to get like an Oregon Trail or some shit. Portable little thing, but I probably won't play it. Okay. Guess we can. I don't know if this will work. Oh. Fuck these idiots. It's run by bananas. Like, how was a wall of trees and they cleared it instead of doing their jobs? Thought they'd make it here. Well, there's tons of those dumb things. I think someone 3D printed a mini TV, and then they gave instructions to how to put a Raspberry Pi to have it have Simpsons episodes randomly play. Tempting to buy or make one of those, but yes, I wouldn't use it much. Stupid Raspberry Pis. Yes, tons of stuff like that. Okay, are we good? Maybe I have no imagination anymore. Think of the things you could do with that. You could watch Simpsons anywhere. What was this guy's ability? Oh, always pierce until they hit a wall. Oh, I was doing this guy, right. Fast. It's like buying those Street Fighter 2 or Mortal Kombat or NBA Jam arcade cabinets. It'd be cool, but you're not going to be playing it that much. They're cool. Oh good. At least poison's better than what is it? Better than bleed, I guess. But Street Fighter 2 cabinet, you can invite everyone over. No one plays it, sir. You can invite everyone. No one's gonna have an arcade cabinet for Killer Instinct. I see some YouTubers have that kind of stuff. I think one of the YouTubers I saw, yeah. I forgot what cabinet he had behind him. Oh, speed, knockback, let me shoot a ball. Crazy Taxi is a harder cabinet because it requires the driver wheel, obviously, and the pedals. So yeah, some of those are dying breeds because they require special equipment. I think it's good enough. Battlefield 6, I guess. It's an odd one answered. Good enough, but scratch. NBA Jam was pretty good. It's like a sports game for even people that don't like sports games. Yes, alright. You guys are like, everything is good. Why are you a hater, sir? You're just a hater. Mario and Luigi Brothership is actually great. Meet Kid Son plays it. And what they don't mention is their kid son or nephew or whatever quit after like 2 hours in it because it's so boring. But your son doesn't like Mario, I'm sorry. I think NBA Jam also had digitized, so it was one of the early ones. It was before, yeah, it was before Mortal Kombat, was it? Or was it after? I forgot. Or maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm thinking a different game. Oh, maybe I'm thinking like Pit Fighter or something. Maybe I'm thinking that. Pit Fighter on the Super Nintendo is considered one of the worst games of all time. I think some Commodore 64 games had voice. I think that Intellivision you guys were talking about earlier, I believe there was an add-on for voices if you had a certain model of the console. I did not have that model. But I think a lot of PC games had voices because they had CDs already before consoles. My favorite television game was something called Utopia. It was basically like a shitty civilization. Except most of your economy, you could either get economy by population. Are you kidding me? Fuck, I fucking hate. There's one thing I hate about this game. Poison is shit. Okay, let's see. I guess we need that now. Golden Ball. There's a game called Lock and Chase that wasn't so bad. It was like some weird, not Pac-Man, but yeah, our family had quite a few random and television games from garage sales. Fuck! We need an amplifier. Evolution. No one has ever evolved at ever. What the? Fusion. Creates hemorrhage, 3 stacks of bleed, and enemy of 12 stacks, consumes all stacks, and deals 20% of their current HP. Not sure how I feel about that, but maybe later game it gets a lot better. Prager's Broodmother, Prager's Ball. Yeah, we had an attachment for the Game Boy. That was a third-party one. It's back in the day, third-party peripherals sold. I think nowadays, ever since we lost Mad Catz, that market sort of died because no one trusted third parties. Well, they're still around though, but I don't think they're as big as they used to be. They're all... You guys are just haters. Good old Mad Catz. Super hemorrhage. Yeah, that's not good out. You only got it if you wanted to save money. Then yes, possibility of thought I go through. Oh, it doesn't pierce him. Okay, the boss doesn't pierce for some reason. Or maybe it does actually. Oh, it is piercing. Okay, it just doesn't appear. It does. This guy dies because we're about to die. Send in the bull. Bull is failing, sir. Holy shit. Do something, poison. Do something. Don't say no help. Help me, bull. Defense mode, battle locks, anything, I'm fucking dead. Fuck. Poison is so shit. no elf. Woodmaker, harvest calculator, harvesting. I have no clue. Alright, let me be right back once. Yeah, no, that was a ahead of its time adapter. That's the Super Game Boy. You put it on your Super Nintendo and you get special colors in your Game Boy games. It was ahead of its time, but only the rich could have that. It's like having a 32X or a Sega CD. Only the elites have it. Alright, let me be right back. So yeah, your Game Boy games could have a super color. They actually look pretty good because I think certain games they specifically programmed it to have good color. Alright, let me be right back. I'm pretty sure Pokemon was one of them, obviously. Just get water if your head hurts. Alright, be right back. Okay, where is it? I have to answer the question before I read it, because you guys are gonna try to boo me. Mystic Quest probably has like barely any options, and it probably auto-equips you, doesn't it? All I know is it's meant for beginners, but I have no idea how it plays. Alright, let's do this. This is the shirt that was in the P.O. box years ago. It has Fate Zero and Fate Carnival Phantasm characters on it. Yes, and Fate... Fuck. Quest 64 is now known as a loser game. Oof, this is bad. At least someone's going to work. Everyone else was just sort of jerking it. Louise Bryan's a main character in that movie. Can I build? Meh. Meh. Yes, Life of Brian. Damn you people. Alright, we're supposed to win this, right? Fine, and we'll duel! With the pair? Oh, that's how the hitbox works, okay. It's now online, our hitbox. What, the double circle? Makes perfect sense, damn you. Weevil is such a good villain, even though he's not even in the series that long. Everyone remembers that part. Damn you, Weevil! And he's acting all innocent at the start. Oh, I'd love to see. Just so he can do the line. I was always trying to figure out how to beat Exodia until now. In fact, how many other times do people cheat in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like that? Weevil actually did it a second time. He inserts a card into his opponent's deck, which obviously is illegal, but... yeah, he puts some useless parasite into Joey's deck. Or he hires someone to do it. But yeah, he cheats in a pretty unique way. He interferes with the opponent's cards. Esperoba's brothers were morons anyway. Did Esperoba have like no other good cards? I don't even know how he lost. I guess he just got RNG'd by Roulette Spider. Evolution spiders. There's actually a spider somewhere on my monitor. He like shows up on the edge of the monitor, then goes back behind it, I guess. Who knows how long he'll last. I didn't even read what that ball did. It's interesting. We're bad. Do something. Or is it no elf time? No elf. Oh, it's over. Wow, it's already over. I failed. No elf. Fuck, I hate poison balls. I'm gonna veto every poison ball. Fuck. Putting everything on my dot balls. The dot balls suck. I just don't understand. Guess I should have taken the thing where it does bonus damage if you don't bounce. As a temporary measure. Alright, let's see if this route goes better. Plinko. Well, at least something went right. What is this? Oh, endurance D. Wish I was better at this part, but I've given up on trying to make a good one. Can't believe the co-inhabitants failed us. Shoot 'em ups are more dead than RTS. Despite you guys claiming Touhou's some super phenomenon or whatever. We'll have to just wait until numbers come out, but you can blame Gacha then. Fine, it's either you blame Roblox or you blame Gacha. Are you really willing to blame Gacha? Didn't think so. Alright, back to blaming Roblox. See, so take your pick. The Gacha Roblox did it. Oh, this wall is pretty rough. Holy shit, I'm gonna lose again. I'm just... No, wowza. I just did no fucking damage. What the fuck? I mean, what else can I fucking do with the 0 DPS? I only had so much to get. Technically, you can orc your way through any level, you just have to have stats. Koreans had a better online or whatever their online infrastructure is really good. Damn telecoms. So yeah, I think they just were able to get microtransactions off the ground faster. Yeah, we've been over this before. In the West, it was a lot more sketch putting your credit card to a random website online, but I'm pretty sure for Korea it was like not a thing because everyone was already going to the internet. Fuck. See, what else could I do? Fuck, we're still doing 0 deeps. Fuck. Oh, reroll 5 gold. Gotcha. I don't want to say we're getting stat checked, but holy shit, we might be. It's limited by your stat. I think your leadership stat says how many balls you can have. Oh yeah, if I don't have ghost balls, yeah, I don't have an ability on this guy. Okay. Yeah, for some reason thought his ball was auto-pierced, but maybe this guy does suck. Oh, they auto-pierce if you hit the back wall. Then that's fucking useless. Why would I want them to pierce after they hit the back wall? Oops, I should probably put 4 on that. I'm not even paying attention to this. We build this thing. Balls always, wait, you liars. Balls always pierce until they hit a wall. Is that actually wrong? Or wait, maybe I was thinking of someone else. Oh no, this guy, right. No, I was using this guy, right. Never mind. This is the one I was using. Okay. For some reason, I thought they always pierce, but no, this guy's good if you can get the ghost or the cloak. Right, okay. Oops. Yeah, issue is stats can auto win stuff. Okay. But I see. We should do normal instead of fast. Yeah, it's a weird game. A lot of it's hidden behind the, or it's cause... Oops. Since this part of the game doesn't have too much depth, a lot of it's hidden behind that little progression town thing. Technically, yeah, if you only wanted to win the game, you'd unlock a good character and only level them, because their stats would get better and better. I don't know. Well, I think every time you level a new character, you get an upgrade for the town. But yeah, we'll see how the game is later. Oh, I move so slow. See, and you guys say JRPGs aren't dead. What's DQ 1 and 2? Damn you. It's dead, sir. And you guys are like, it's still alive, sir. It's over. It's over. It's, yeah, Dragon Quest 1 and 2. It's over. It's over. You think old odd one was exaggerating. It's over. Next they'll say what FF is. It means forfeit, right? Yes, yes it does. The Western RPG, I think, is in a fine position. It's just JRPGs get less and less. Because I think a lot of the devs either don't make them or they've turned to gacha. They make mobile games now. There are some Western devs trying to do, yeah, JRPG style, but I think there's just not enough sales there for... Western RPGs aren't dead. People love the shitty Oblivion or whatever Skyrim style. Open world, random dude. The Witcher cyberpunk style. Dragon Quest hasn't made a new entry, mainline entry, I'd say is their biggest problem. Dragon Quest XI has been their latest entry for how many years? Witcher and Cyberpunk, alright? Damn you, Cyberpunk was only a few years ago and they're gonna have another Witcher soon, TM. And then there was Baldur's Gate for the other Western RPG. Fantasy RPG. Western style. Yes, Toriyama's dead, yes. And so is the other guy, oh no. Oh, it's funny. There was, I think on the Reddit, they're doing a tier list of best, worst song. Not really a tier list. And the only category Dragon Quest XI one was worst overworld theme. So yeah, it doesn't show up anywhere else. It's just, that's the only category it won. Yeah, Dragon Quest XI's overworld theme, as in it won the worst overworld theme. There's nothing wrong with gacha games, alright? It's just like you guys and your stupid hentai games that you claim are great strategy games. Yes, if you're a strategy game dev in Japan, you're probably working hentai, because, let's be honest, no one's gonna buy your shitty strategy game unless there's boobs. I saw you guys say, oh, the visual novel, whatever slop, is actually good strategy games, but they have to sell it as a stupid hentai slop because no one buys strategy games. Yes, rants or whatever. See what I mean? They're all genres that traditionally sell horribly. But they have to sell them like that, with hentai or whatever, because it doesn't work otherwise. I don't know anything about rants. Yeah, what was the other game you guys said had good strategy elements? But yeah, forced to make a hentai game with strategy elements. Yes, turns out strategy games don't sell. No, it's one of the few times the stupid show, manga, whatever, Bleach, made a lot of sense. When baby or young you kid her, you ask why his daddy doesn't do Quincy stuff anymore, and he just goes, it doesn't pay the bills. Damn you. And that's why his dad doesn't do the stupid Quincy stuff. So yes, if you're gonna do your strategy game, it has to have some strings attached. That's because the farm writers are terrible. Alright? They probably should censor putting a drug to make them like guys or whatever, whatever that one was. Or the boob grabbing ones. Like, why is that even a thing? Damn you people. So those probably should be censored. Oh, Japanese trophy has to grab the boob or boob size measurement. Best arc in the anime, sir. Okay, so far not looking too good because our damage seems a little off. Fusion evolution complete. Nauseous. Pass through enemies, place 3 stacks poison nearby and 2 towers. That's 4 seconds and deals 1 to 3. I don't get some of these because this sounds horrific. 1 to 3 damage. There must be like, no, it's really doing 6 damage. I'm like looking at that number. I guess it scales when you evolve or upgrade it, but it's literally doing 6 damage. Yeah, some of the balance numbers make no sense. My ball does like 100 damage, and you're telling me there's 6 dot damage, 6%. Yeah, it's like, no, it's stacked. That is the stacking number. The 6 damage is it. That's 3 stacks of it, right? Oh, maybe it does more now. 15, maybe? It's pretty bad. It's on 18, and I see 143, 200 with my green boss. Shuriken? Remember that? When we lost the game with it? We're doing it again. I forgot, what does this guy do again? Oh, does it pierce until it hits the back line? I thought that's what the ninja star does. Pierce until it hits a wall. Okay. Saved Sasuke and Naruto, right? Do you not remember Sasuke and Naruto beating Moon Lady or whatever, the final boss? Yeah, used the Shuriken or this chakra move they use in episode whatever, the early episode. Kaguya, there we go. Did they not use that same move? The stupid chakram thing? Yes, he used sexy juice. Did they not use the substitution chakram thing? I'm trying to remember. Not the log thing, that's different. I thought, did they not use the thing where you throw a shuriken, but it's really your friend as Naruto or whatever? I thought they did that against Kaguya as a throwback. Yeah, one of them's a giant shuriken like they did against Zabuza. Yes, they did. See, there we go. Damn, is Naruto that irrelevant now? But it's only been a decade. It's not against Haku, it's against Zabuza. They do the thing. I remember it because that entire episode, they have an entire episode dedicated to explaining the entire trick after they do it. You guys not remember that? Yes, against Zabuza, like 20 minutes of the episode is them explaining how they did the chakram whatever thing. And Zabuza's like, what the? Yeah, Sakura was standing in front of the bridge builder. I think that's her job constantly. Sort of a darn shame, but... I'm like half looking at chat while we're trying to kill the boss with my patented target straight at it. Patent pending. Uh-oh, might have to unpatent that. I mean, it's the same in Trails of Cold Steel. They're like, wow, we made a class of people from all walks of life. And then it turns out only one of them is poor. Everyone else is like super special or literally has someone that's like high-ranking politician. From all walks of life. Yeah, all walks of rich life. Alright, speed to D-Ranker. Evolution. Passes through the front of enemies and not the back. Nani? From behind. I think Fi's the only one that's poor. I think everyone else is either royalty or a sibling or a son to the chief or prime minister or whatever general. But I believe he's the only real poor one. Elliot's the son of a general. That's why, what do you think he's able to be a musician? Because he probably has money. Kuro wasn't part of the original team. Yeah, Elliot's dad is literally the general. I mean, they still believed in, or at least, what's his name, believed in it before he died. Good men. Oh, did someone not play it yet? But, yeah, first Cold Steel, yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, just like Naruto. Oh, baby balls. I don't know, are baby balls ever relevant, or are they just vastly outscaled? Let me see, how much damage are they doing? Like 15? 20% more damage on baby balls. Doesn't seem like much. But maybe there's a unlockable that is good with them. Just say yes or no then. You want me to spoil? Yes or no? This Riddler answer with you people. What the assassin? Backstab assassin. Yeah, maybe I should have upgraded the other thing. I don't know if someone I'll reference a book or something and you guys will be like, what? I was gonna read that. Or if I say Rosebud and you guys are like, I didn't know Rosebud was that. God, the movie's like 80 years old. Kutsukin, so I'm trying to look back Sony 2 months. There's some spoilers that are just... It's pointless at this point. Like, Luke, I'm your father. That one's way, like, there's not very little chance you haven't heard of if you grew up with the internet. It's one of the most quotable things, yeah. So there's some that are just really hard to not know about. Crimson Legion, so strong back 90 months. Yeah, if you had access to TV, odds are you know the Luke, I'm your father one. I'm trying to think of a bigger spoiler, but you guys will probably inadvertently spoil something. Is it something different? What's the exact quote? But yeah, it's usually used as a joke or whatever. I think the thing about Sixth Sense is I don't think enough people watched it. And it's not like... it was parodied, but I don't think the spoiler... Actually, you'd have to look up the Star Wars things, because the stupid thing about Star Wars is you have to catalog every change Lucas made, so maybe he changed some of the dialogue, maybe he didn't. Well, that's why one of the arguments for FF7 was dumb. It's like, maybe they intended it to have this, yes, but they can still make it worse, just like how Star Wars is. Special editions keep changing stuff randomly. Yeah, this initial part reminds me of Danganronpa. The song. But yeah, because I think some dialogue and there's some interesting changes to the original trilogy for Star Wars, so... I know the Cantina has a bunch of stuff, and then it has that, what's his name? It has the Jabba scene, the squeak. I forgot what other big changes Lucas did to the original Star Wars for no reason at all. Yeah, Greedo. Yes, I know, that's what I mean. The original's better. So these changes are just dumb, but they change some of the dialogue or whatever, yeah. And then sometimes there's random CGI instead of like what the original was. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So the Cantina has a bunch of aliens that make no fucking sense. Just because he had access to CGI suddenly. I think it's because he wanted more merchandise. Yeah, that Jabba scene where he jumps over his tail because Han or Harrison Ford didn't know the fucking tail was in his way. So instead of, yeah, so they just have him go squeak or whatever those squeals. Even though it doesn't make sense, Jabba would shit on him there. Because I think the Hutts are supposed to be really strong and yeah. Don't think Jabba would just let him step on his fucking tail. Yeah, they're supposed to be really menacing, but... He's not fat. Hutts are supposed to be really strong, technically. You just don't see it in the movie because it's hard to animate, I guess. He's not some fat guy. Or else no one would follow him. He's not just some fat guy that can't move. The Hutts are supposed to be very strong. Why isn't he dying? There we go. It wasn't just money. They also have a high mind rating. I forgot. You probably look at the stats in the Star Wars card game. They had like 3 decades ago. But I believe they also have high, mental resistance. So you can't use the Force on them. But I don't know much about Star Wars. That because Lucas was... Okay, then how did the Ewoks take out ATs or whatever the fuck they are? How did the Ewoks kill stormtroopers who are fucking trained in military combat and lost to random fucking little furry people with spears? Alright. Christ, they should have slaughtered them. I think there's only one. On screen, I believe there's only one scene where an Ewok dies. Every other scene is the stormtroopers getting absolutely slaughtered by logs and shit. It's like, come on, it's fucking wood. It's fucking wood. Yes, gravity hurts, but really? Imagine if a Bradley just blows up because a fucking log hits it. They'd be like, it's a log! Kaboom! What the fuck? Christ, oh no, the highest speed of a log. Christ, it's not like it's an artillery shell shot or something. Oh no, a fucking log. That's why that one's considered, it's considered weaker than the other two, right? Yeah, of the trilogy. Because I think by then he was divorced from his wife, who was the main editor, or was, I'm trying to remember. But yes. If it was really dense, then how do the Ewoks move it? Cause it's so heavy. Like what, are they just as strong as a Wookiee or whatever? Damn you people. Then by that logic, the fucking Ewok should be able to punch through ATs if they can lift this dense log. Yes, so the Ewoks could just fucking rip apart every machine. We will write speed scaling. We still don't have enough for Exorcist. I was in the villa. I don't know, most of the expanded universe was killed by, what was her name? Something Kennedy, whatever. So bye-bye that. Kathleen, there we go, not fucking JFK. JFK didn't ruin Star Wars. He did, sir. That's why we took him out. We have all this space. That's to complete it. Residents near my house is getting 20 bonus. I didn't even realize this. Fuck me. I just made a bunch of farms. Okay. Fuck, it's because you're stupid balls. It's weird how the structures work because when you harvest them, you bounce from the start like a pinball. It's just a little hard to figure out where they are because they go in a line. You don't even send one ball out, you send all your workers out at once. Yeah, it's a little hard to do it because some of these break after one person hits it. This I think breaks after one person, so then yeah, it gets a little harder to predict. I mean, it's interesting. It's just weird how let's say it works. Yeah, because in order to upgrade this, I need the, or whatever. If I upgrade something, I need the stupid... Oh, I have no money. I need the workers to run into it. I thought you only get I thought you only get speed on bounce from this, or is it from any bounce? Okay. Well, regardless, let me see what is this one. Probably could move this somewhere. Let's screw it, but yeah. Alright, let's go back to the game. But yeah, it's weird because there's basically two different games going on at once here. Oh boy, I don't care about Chewie, who cares? But yeah, they somehow managed to kill Star Wars. Or I think they were bad and big on Star Wars as if it's like Avengers, but I think one issue with Star Wars is I think it's mostly America that likes it. I believe overseas it does very poorly. They already killed everyone else, not Chewie. Oh, saying it, so not Chewie. I like Chewie, who cares? Oh, UK liked it as well. Okay, so UK and USA liked it. But yeah, I believe China didn't like it. The Chinese didn't like Star Wars because they didn't grow up with it because they were too busy doing the communism thing. Damn you people. Oh, you're supposed to put these guys on the field. No, they were closed. Damn you, China. China literally was closed. I forgot what was the first big movie China got. But yes, they literally couldn't see Star Wars because the whole, Chairman Mao thing was going on. Chairman who? Was this in the news? Yes. Yes, it might have been in the news a few times. But yeah, I think that's a big reason why China doesn't really care much about Star Wars. I guess who cares? Alright, let's just go back. No, fuck, I forgot what movies they got. And pirated, it's fucking communist China, everyone is poor. With what? Buy what? DVD players? It's the 70s, or early 80s, late 70s, just find it. Yeah, let me just find a VHS in 1979. No, they didn't have cassette tapes. Yes, they literally couldn't piracy. You guys are like, why didn't you just, why didn't North Korea buy Star Wars? Because I can't! Wait, who do we need? Alright, we can do the gear, or we can go to the next level. Is that Abyss anime? Whatever, we're going into the Abyss. Desert. I mean, they went all in on... Star Wars Disney, but I think they started going back because, yeah, it turns out it's not as lucrative as they were paying. Yes, I know there are smugglers, but if you get caught, it's not going to be mainstream adoption for some things, simply because every stupid neighbor is probably a rat. You guys would love North Korea. Rat on your neighbors just for an extra loaf of bread, or maybe even for free, because you're a patriot. Rats. It's a big issue there. Yeah, they had a hotel experience for Star Wars, they had really good rides for Star Wars, they had a bunch of movies ready. Yeah, they put a ton of money into betting on it, but I think the whatever trilogy was really bad, and that was that. They also have a ton of TV shows for it. Some good, some bad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they put more money into that than almost anything else. Aside from Marvel stuff. Yeah, Sandor was great, but they had Acolyte, Mandalorian. I'm trying to remember what else they had. Oh, yeah, they definitely put more money. That was their two big franchises, and that's Alderaan. Not Alderaan. Tears in my eyes. No one even cares. Poor Alderaan or whatever. We might be doing no damage. Yeah, I heard Andor's very good. What happens if I go into that sand pit? Oh, right, we'd have to find someone who actually played Star Wars Outlaws. What does the plot in that do? I don't know what scope that game has, or if it's just super filler. Because I think, was it Force Unleashed has a plot line that's decently big? But I don't know how the Fallen Order games are, for instance. Yeah, but the random merc could be important. Or is he just Joe Nobody? I know Starkiller and was it Force Unleashed is decently big. They can't all be Death Star plans. How many fucking people would it be? They already had Rogue One. Well, what if there was more people involved in the Death Star plans? It'd be the shittiest plan ever because then everyone would know about it. I also knew about the Death Star plans. Damn you people! Oh yeah, right. Is it in Return of the Jedi only the second Death Star? I'm trying to remember. In Empire, is the second Death Star not like ever shown? I'm trying to remember. I know Return of the Jedi is not as good as the other two, though. I'm trying to remember if that was even shown. Okay, but the problem is, does it not make sense that they have a bigger Death Star so fast? And don't say they learned from the first one. Okay, so it's only shown in the third movie. They have a cool thing in a Galactic Hero. It's not a Death Star, but they do warp in something big. To attack another base with. Oh, that's so bad. We're doing it. Wait, what character am I? I'm trying to remember what character I am. Am I the guy that bounces at the back and I want the ethereal cloak? Okay, bounce on back, more damage. Okay. The bleed ball. Polymerization. It was a little easier to see. Wait, maybe I can press Y. Shows a little easier to see. Yeah, something had. No, it's because the new writers decided to do that, but then it makes a plot hole. Why not just warp, yes, everything into people and then... Yes, was it episode 8 that did that? I didn't watch it, but... At that point, I'm assuming the writers don't even care anymore. Or the writers don't want to... Yes, but then that means shouldn't everyone start warping in and not even do space battles because you're able to hyper warp everything into each other? I guess it doesn't matter because who knows when we'll get a new Star Wars. Oh yeah, there was that skit. Was it College Humor? How many people are on the Death Star? And when it blew up, how many people died? Random Joe Contractor, not Joe Blow. Imagine being Joe Blow. You're just working like the cafeteria on the Death Star. Not Joe Blow. Joe Blow. Technically, a machine of that size would not just be millions. Would it be more? I don't know how big was... Like the second Death Star, is it like as big as a planet? So Joe Blow working the toilets or whatever. Killed for some stupid ass rebellion. It's the size of a moon. Okay, definitely more than millions, unless you think, say, Texas is bigger. I don't know how big the moon is actually. If the moon were on planet Earth, how big? What country would it be the size of? $2.3 million. Okay, people in Death Star 1 apparently. Okay. Yeah, you can assume, I guess, it must be all maintained by droids. One would be as big as the continent of Asia, so you just wiped out. Yeah, so that's probably a really low estimate, but I guess they don't want to make Luke to be some psychopath that killed 2 billion people. Okay, so if the Death Star is as big as, say, our moon, which is as big as Asia, Jesus. Okay. Some of them might have been workers just trying to work the Starbucks. It just happens that the Starbucks is on the Death Star. Alright, you're Joe Blow, and then you get a new job and happens to be stationed aboard the fucking Death Star. Joe Blow. Yes, Alderaan was bad. What the hell are they supposed to do about it? Complain to management? The guy who chokes people because he's a weirdo? Yeah, no political prisoners, anything on board. Technically, there'd have to be, yeah, a ton of, like, other resources on board because why else would you have a planet that big, or the Death Star that big, unless there was a ton of, like, stuff, yeah, like prisons and whatever, and housing and whatever. Damn, I need that evolution thing, but this guy won't die. Yeah, it'd be like a cruise ship, except obviously on a much higher level. Okay, let's see. Evolution. It's just that. Yeah. I don't know how big Death Star 2 or Death Star 1 is compared to our moon. Yeah, I think it's because in sci-fi it's hard to write or understand like the numbers involved. Like in stupid Warhammer 40k, is it how many like Imperial Guardsmen get killed like near instantly every fight? Like how many planets, how many people getting pregnant would have to be made? And then how many resources would those guys need? Just so the Imperial Guardsmen can go die instantly. Yes, so the The numbers would be start going insane. So it's hard to write space for the future stuff like that, because yeah, you're getting into numbers that are unimaginable, whatever. Warhammer Sword doesn't make sense, because chaos would be everywhere, killing all the planets. You can't cover everything. Let's say Joe Blow has lust or whatever. He's succumbed to chaos. Well, that planet's gonna get purged or whatever. Joe Blow thinks about banging something. Joe Blow has succumbed to chaos. Can't just exterminate every agriculture planet because a farmer wanted to bang something. Can I fuse? Sure. Freeze ray, blah blah, double damage moves slower. What? I thought that's blasphemy then. He's alive, right? That's why it's funny at the start of Star Wars, how many people were on Alderaan or whatever? I think in KOTOR they also destroy a place as well. And it's not like there's infinite planets you can just pluck and say, fuck it, here, put another billion people on it. So losing a planet would be pretty big unless you were able to make every planet. It's because the original trilogy had a mystique around the Jedi, and then you see episode... was it 2? There we go. You see episode 2 happen, and you realize the Jedi are just jobbers. They died of the most random shit. Useless Jedi. Jedis are just random Joes with swords as they get killed by like circus animals or whatever the hell happens in episode 2. Kit Fisto dies because the actor who played Emperor Sidious was he injured or did he have back problems so he couldn't fucking do stunts, so it just makes Kit Fisto look like an idiot as he's randomly killed in the fight. Yeah, so that's why the 3 Jedi with Mace Windu look like morons, because the actor was old and couldn't do stunts, so they just have them force yell, and they just stand there like idiots as they fucking get insta-killed. That's why the 3 hobo Jedi are pretty ridiculous. Imagine losing to a Yao, you just get stun-locked, insta-death. So much for fucking training for years, you lost to a Yao. Kit Fisto. Kit Fisto is a goddamn hero, but you guys call him a loser. Not Kit Fisto. Oh, what the? I don't even know what the fuck's going on. Where's this hole? You guys only care about Kit Fisto because he has a funny last name. You don't even know about his Jedi powers. Yeah, one of them dies from being grazed on the side. One of the Hobo Jedi. It doesn't even make sense. He just falls over randomly. It's sort of weird. Yeah, two of them die without doing anything, and then Fisto dies after. Oops, I was looking at chat instead of... Good men. There's 3 Jedi, good men. Porkins at least had a name, right? Porkins is a hero. Even though he disobeyed orders like an idiot. He was told to pull out, but he's like, I got this, and then dies like a moron. I see Lucas really does hate fat people. He calls them Porkins for fuck's sakes, and he makes them look like an idiot. Not Porkins. Other guys died of Vader. Porkins dies to turrets. And he's called Porkins. Oh shit. Oops, I messed up my targeting. It's almost time for Farthest Frontier. This is a weird farm. This farm's pretty weak. This final farm. They seem to be invaded. Crit chance, Ray Luminant, Mary, Ariana. Yeah, it's hard at max speed. I suppose you're right. Woodmaster? I mean, the previous boss had a few times where it's hard to damage him because he has stupid walls. Porkins called Eden. Indiana Jones. So does he hate bad people? Also Lucas. Okay, maybe he really did hate Eaton. Okay. Let's build. Put my might be time for the sponsor game. Tomorrow will be Fire Emblem Engage. Strength D. Still never made that. Can you use your mouse here? It's weird because I feel like this part was made for a mouse. It just feels better. It's one of those weird things. Oh wait, you can't. Oh yeah, you can do that like a mouse. Okay. Yeah, so it's sort of where it's rotate. Oh, there's an ultra there. Wait, I forgot. Bounces faster whenever we hit a wall. Yeah. Or whatever this is playable, but I think it's time for Farthest Frontier soon. Can't just bash the game before we get to it, Corpa. That one didn't go so bad. The conjugated, let me see real fast. Brilliant Philosopher lost about laser verticals. Nice, automatically chooses upgrades. Wait, what? That's horrific. What's the advantage then? Wait, I don't get it. Is the only advantage the laser you get? Wait, so he's like instantly the worst character in the game. Yeah, he's worse than this guy. This guy starts with an awful bleed ball, but this is worse. You just auto lose any choice in anything. Does it auto choose fusion or just upgrades? I guess. Okay, upgrades. Okay. I guess it's meh, but okay. Wait, everything? So it chooses between fusion, evolution, and picking the other level up? Christ, okay, he's the worst. He's absolutely the worst then. Because that is a crippling, yeah. Yeah, I wish it was more apparent stats. Looking at this, yeah, there's a few things that are vague on how they I wish it would show like the stats say on the right with letters so I don't have to press Y on everyone to figure out, yeah, their stats. I feel like it's a missed opportunity there. Yeah, this guy has the lowest endurance, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like the UI could change a little bit. Laser's nice, but yeah, losing all choice is a brutal whatever. I can't do this right now, but it's Farthest Frontier right after this. But let me be right back, and it's sponsor stream very soon. But yeah, that'll be it for Bollock's Pit. Tomorrow Fire Emblem Engage, Thursday Dragon Quest 1 and 2. Friday's Halloween, so that's Silent Hill. And then finish Silent Hill on Saturday and then continue with Dragon Quest. There might be another sponsored stream on Thursday, we'll see. Alright, let me be right back. It's not even level diff, wait. No, this guy has less HP than... Yeah, just or whatever. It says he starts with 5 endurance even though he's level 5, so I'm assuming he's the squishiest, but it's hard to tell at a glance because you have to click Y every time on every character to figure it out. Yeah, we're gonna finish Dragon Quest 1 and 2, but Silent Hill interrupts it because you guys wanted a Halloween game. Okay. I think it's a fine game. I don't think it's as good as Megabonk. I don't think Megabonk is as good as, say, Against the Storm or something, or Monster Train, but it's fine. I don't think it's as strong as Megabonk, though. Alright, let me be right back real fast. Can I go to the menu? Alright, let me be right back. It's because the main gameplay of this is a little weird. Or it's not as in-depth, and then the town thing is a big deal. Alright, let me be right back, but as far as Frontier right after I come back. Let me get a snack.